Now, while we're only 3 months, well, soon to be 4 months into the calendar year, we all know that fashion is constantly changing, and of course, there's never anything that you can expect. It moves a mile a minute. How does one stay on top of the trends, you might ask? Well, we have our in-house fashion editor, and he's going to make sure that it's very easy to do. Nick Streiltz in the house. How are you,
thank
darling?
You so much.
So good to have you on the couch this morning.
Good to be back. Thank you.
Autumn-winter 2017's runway shows have been taking the world by storm, but it seems that fur and leather took center stage.
Yeah, slightly controversial. There's been a lot of talk about this in the industry. Do we do fur and leather? Do we not? But it was plastered around the shows. Yeah. We saw it in collections like Versace here. I mean, you can see fur on fur on fur on fur.
Wow.
Yeah, keep going. And then we've got Marc Jacobs as well, who did it as well. I mean, there again, excess is surely in. And so it was just all over the runways. But it's sort of 67% of designers in the shows that we just saw used fur. And we've got Stella McCartney here, who's a vocal opponent of fur and said, I'm not going to do this season. It's skin-free skin for her, so all her leather suits and coats made from synthetics. But it's controversial. I mean, people don't know what to do in this instance.
So it's like, it's real fur. It's not even faux fur. It's not even faux leather. It's like the real thing,
I mean, this is all faux,
yeah.
But then you see everyone, Versace's, Marc Jacobs, they're going full fur. Wow. So it's a 3% decline, though, in the amount of fur that's been used this collection versus last. So it's a steady decline, but not too much.
Quite interesting. Yeah. All right, so what stood out for you personally when it came to these runway shows?
It's the pinstripe. As you can see, pinstripes are in now as well. Originally from the 1800s, actually, they were boating uniforms and then appropriated into Major League Baseball outfits. But we've seen it here in Mulberry, Christian Siriano. My absolute favorite, though, had to be Marcus Almeida, who did these really thick block stripes, sort of just stripe on stripe again. There you see it. Very masculine silhouette. Sort of looks like the uniform for convicted criminals, as we used to see. So they're making criminality in. It's in.
Let me tell you, the world of fashion is so interesting and always changing. But let's talk about beauty. How did that reflect when it came to the runway shows?
We don't normally hear too much about beauty, and this is the trend of the season. It's the perfectly imperfect lip. It's smudge, smudge, smudge.
No.
Perfection is so 2016. So it gives you sort of the freedom to sort of play around. At first you see it and you're like, I don't know. But I think it's actually really wearable once you sort of look. And we saw it in collections like Preen by Thornton Bargatze in London. Val Garand, who's a makeup artist behind this look, called it Just Snog Lips. So if you're into making out South Africa, you've got
But this is the problem. If you walk into a business meeting with a just snogged lip, everybody's going to think you just snogged.
Yeah, is that bad? Because
maybe for a business meeting.
Let's move on.
And then finally, let's bring fashion home back to local Tuesday. Of course, at the South African Fashion, what happened there?
South African Fashion Week was last Tuesday, this past Tuesday evening. I was lucky enough to be there. The highlights for sure was the Woolworths Style by SA capsule collection.
Lovely.
Woolworths partnered with 8 emerging talented designers for a capsule collection for Autumn-Winter 17, and it absolutely blew my mind. It was wearable fashion again. We talk about wearable fashion. You need to be able to wear the clothing that are out there. And what Woolworths did for the first time is they streamed their runway show live and made the capsule collection instantly available online to buy. You see that in collections like Burberry and Tom Ford in Europe. People are making fashion accessible. You can buy instantly. It's an instant gratification. It's really cool to see.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Nick Streiltz, for being here. Of course, keeping us up to date with everything that's trending in the world of fashion and, of course, wearable fashion. Ewan, what you got?